feeling when you see your dream job posted online, you rush to apply, and then nothing happens? That job was probably filled before it was even posted. And I'm not talking about just a few roles. This is the case with 70% of all jobs. While most people are refreshing their LinkedIn and Naukri searches, the best opportunities are being filled by what insiders call the hidden job market. Let me tell you about my friend Priya. After completing her MBA, she spent months applying for consulting roles through job portals. 200 plus applications and not a single callback. Then she learnt about this hidden job market, and 3 weeks later, she was interviewing at a top consulting firm for a job that was not even advertised. And today, she leads their fintech practice. See, there's this whole parallel universe of job opportunities that most people don't know about. Companies are actively hiring right now, and they're doing so quietly through their own network. And the craziest part is, these hidden roles often come with better packages, less competition, and faster hiring processes. Think about it. Have you ever noticed how some people just fall into amazing opportunities at companies like Zerodha, Cred, or Razorpay? While everyone else is fighting through ATS systems and automated rejections, they are walking into roles that seem handpicked for them. That's not luck. This is because they know how to tap into this hidden job market. In the next few minutes, I'm going to break down exactly how this hidden job market works, why it exists, and most importantly, give you a step-by-step playbook to access it. You will learn the exact strategies that hundreds of professionals use to land roles that were never publicly advertised. And the best part, once you know these strategies, you'll never have to rely on job boards again, because after today, you will be one of those insiders. Why the hidden job market exists? Now you might be wondering, why would companies fill a role without posting them? Doesn't that limit their options? Well, I recently met with the hiring manager of a major tech company, and here's what she said. Every time we post a job publicly, we get 250 plus applications. My team spends weeks screening resumes, conducting interviews, and checking references. But when we hire through referrals, we typically interview 3-4 people and make a decision in days. This isn't just about convenience. When companies post jobs publicly, they're taking a huge risk. Think about it. A bad hire can cost a company upwards of 20 lakhs if you factor in salary, training, and lost productivity. But when they hire through their network, that risk drops dramatically because they're getting pre-vetted candidates who come with built-in references. But here's what nobody tells you. It's not just about reducing risks. Companies have figured out that their best performers have almost always come through referrals. But why does this happen? Because great people tend to know other great people. And someone who's successful in their company is unlikely to recommend someone who might make them look bad. There's another factor that most job seekers never consider: timing. By the time a job gets posted publicly, the company is usually already on the lookout through their network for weeks. I've seen cases where the hiring manager is in discussions with a few shortlisted candidates, but they're also required to evaluate people from the platform. That's why you might apply for a job that was posted 2 days ago and get rejected instantly because they're already in final interviews with someone else. This might sound discouraging at first, but it could also be a good thing, because once you understand how this hidden market works, you can transform your job search strategy. Instead of being the 250th applicant in a stack of resumes, you can be one of those 3-4 candidates who gets fast-tracked through referrals. You just need to know how to position yourself. And that's what we're going to cover next. Let me share something that changed everything for me. The day I stopped applying for jobs and started surfacing opportunities instead. This isn't a mindset shift. It's a completely different approach to job searching. And I'm going to break it down into a system that you can start using today. This is the opportunity surfacing framework. Instead of waiting for jobs to be posted, we're going to create 3 different channels that will consistently bring opportunities to you. Think of it like setting up multiple nets to catch fish, rather than trying to catch them with your bare hands. Channel 1 is called strategic visibility. This is not about posting motivational quotes on LinkedIn. It's about positioning yourself so that the right people notice you. Here's exactly how you can do it in a way that feels natural and authentic. Channel 2 is proactive outreach. Forget those "I'd love to connect" messages. This approach will enable you to reach out in a way that will make busy professionals actually want to help you. Channel 3 is relationship banking. This is about building genuine connections before you need them. The key word here is before, because if you only reach out when you need something, then you're already too late. Here's why this framework works. Most job seekers are playing a numbers game. They send out hundreds of applications and hope something sticks. But we're going to play a completely different game. We're not going to be competing with everyone else in the public job market. We're going to be tapping into opportunities before they even go public. Let's look at it this way. When a hiring manager has a new role, what's the first thing that they do? They ask their team, Do you know anyone who would be a great fit for this role? Your goal is to be a name that would come up in this conversation. And with this framework, you will be. The best part, this is not just theory. I've observed this framework with hundreds of professionals across industries where a role has been created based on how and when a candidate has approached the team. In the next sections, I'm going to break down exactly how to implement each channel. No fluff, no generic advice, just actionable steps that you can start using today. And I promise you, once you see how this works, you'll never want to go back to traditional job searching again. LinkedIn power moves. Let's talk about LinkedIn, but not the usual optimize your profile advice you've heard 1,000 times. I'm going to show you how to turn LinkedIn into your personal opportunity radar. These are advanced tactics that most people never think of using. First, let's talk about hiring signals. Companies leave digital breadcrumbs everywhere before they start hiring. Here's what to look for. When you see a company posting about their incredible growth, new funding, or office expansion, that's not just PR, it's a hiring signal. Set up alerts for these keywords from companies you're interested in. This is the real power move. Look at who's getting promoted internally. When there is an internal promotion, they often need to backfill their old role. But here's the thing, that backfilled role might not get posted for weeks. If you reach out to them to congratulate for their promotion and mention your interest in opportunities, you're first in line for a role that doesn't even exist. Another insider tactic, follow the departures. When you notice multiple people leaving similar roles at a company, that's usually a sign that they're about to do a major hiring push. A woman landed a role simply because she noticed 3 product managers had left within 2 months and she decided to reach out proactively. Guess what? They were just about to start hiring. Now, let's talk about content strategy. In this, share problem-solving stories from your current role. And here's why. Hiring managers are searching LinkedIn for people who can solve exactly the same problems that they have. When you share how you reduced customer churn by 20%, you're not just posting content, you're making yourself searchable for opportunities. Here's a quick template I use. Problem we faced, X. Approach we took, Y. Unexpected learning, Z. And the result, a specific metric. Simple, but incredibly effective. I've had hiring managers reach out directly after seeing this kind of post. Let me show you this in action. An analyst was trying to break into product management. Instead of just putting aspiring PM on her profile, she started sharing weekly posts about how she was applying her product thinking into her current customer success role. Within 2 months, she had 3 different product managers reach out to her for opportunities. The key is consistency over intensity. You don't need to post every day. One thoughtful post every 2 weeks about a specific problem you solved could do a lot more for you than what daily motivational quotes could. Mastering direct outreach. Now, let's talk about direct outreach, the part that makes most people uncomfortable. But I'm going to show you how to do this in a way that feels natural and actually gets responses. The secret is not in asking for jobs, it's in starting conversations. Here's what most people get wrong. They send messages like, I want to learn more about your company, or I'm looking for opportunities. But these messages directly indicate that I want something from you. Instead, we're going to flip the script and lead with value. Let me share a template that has gotten a 72% positive response rate. Hi Vinay, I noticed your recent post about attrition trends. I actually tackled something similar in my current role using the 4R retention model, and we saw a 30% improvement. I'd love to learn more about how you are approaching this. I might have some insights that could help you. See what we did there? Instead of asking for help, we're offering value. We're showing that we've done our homework, and most importantly, we're starting a real conversation and not just asking for a job. But timing is everything. The best time to reach out would be right after they've posted about a challenge or achievement, because that's when they're most engaged with that topic. An analyst got a job because he reached out to the VP after he had posted about struggling with data analytics processing. Perfect timing. Another powerful approach is the expertise angle. Instead of saying, I'm looking to break into product management, try saying, I've been researching fintech companies on their user onboarding, and I noticed some interesting patterns in the way your team handles it. Would you be open for a 15-minute chat on how you came about some of these decisions? Now, you're not a job seeker. You're a peer who's done their homework and now has something interesting to discuss. Let me share one quick case study. Sarah was looking to move into strategy roles. Instead of sending generic messages, she analyzed each target company's recent moves and included one specific observation in every outreach. Her message to the strategy director read, I noticed you're expanding into Southeast Asia right after your competitors retreat from the market. I have some insights about market timing plays from my consulting work. Would you be open to discussing your expansion strategy? She got a response within an hour, and 2 weeks later, she was interviewing for a role that was not even created. Remember, the goal is not to ask for a job in the first message. It's to start a conversation that positions you as a peer who thinks deeply about their challenges. From there, the opportunities will flow naturally. Interview strategy. Let's talk about the most powerful tool in the hidden job market arsenal, the interview strategy. But I'm going to approach these very differently from what you've been taught. Because if done right, these conversations can create opportunities out of thin air. The standard advice tells you to ask them about their career journey and what they like most about their company. But let's be real, they've heard this question hundreds of times. Instead, we're going to make your conversation so valuable that they can't help but think of you when opportunities arise. Here's a 3-part framework for conversations that convert. First, do deep research. Not just about the person or the company, research the industry's challenges. When I was targeting fintech roles, I read 3 months of fintech newsletters before any meeting. This lets you ask questions like, I noticed that the industry is moving towards embedded finance. How does this affect the product roadmap? Now, you're having strategic high-level discussions and not just a basic informational interview. Second, share insights that they can use. In every conversation, I aim to share at least one piece of information that is valuable to them. Maybe it could be a competitor analysis or a trend that you noticed in the target market. One person shared her analysis of the competitors' UX changes during an informational interview, and the next week she got a call back for a product role. Finally, the future hook. Near the end of the conversation, share what you're working on to improve your skills. Something like, I'm currently building a side project to solve for sustainable AI. Would it be okay if I reached out in a few weeks to get your feedback on the approach? This gives you an organic way to maintain the relationship. The magic happens in the follow-up. Don't just send a thank you note. Send a summary of your key takeaways and, most importantly, any articles or resources you have related to what you discussed. I once had someone send me a detailed analysis of how a competitor was solving the exact problem we discussed. And guess who I thought of when a relevant role opened up? Remember, your goal is not to turn every informational interview into a job opportunity. It is to be so impressive that they can't help but think of you when opportunities come up. So here's what happens next. Most people will watch this video and say, that's interesting, and will go straight back to the job boards where they were applying earlier. Don't be most people. Here's your exact action plan for the next 24 hours. First, identify 3 companies that you'd love to work for. And don't just pick the usual suspects. Look for companies that are growing but aren't necessarily making headlines yet. These are your prime targets for hidden opportunities. Next, set up those hiring signal alerts we talked about. It takes 10 minutes, but saves you months of waiting for postings that come out too late. Finally, draft your value leading outreach message using the template we covered. And don't worry about making it perfect. Remember, authentic imperfection beats polished generic every time. Here's what I know for sure. The job market is not fair. But that's actually good news, because once you know how this game actually works, you can stop competing with thousands of online applications and start accessing opportunities that others don't even know about. I've seen this work for fresh graduates, career changers, and senior professionals alike. The hidden job market is not about who you know, it's about how you approach the process. And now you know exactly how to do it. If you found this helpful, hit subscribe for more actionable career insights and drop a comment below with your biggest takeaway. If you have any questions about your specific situation, leave them in too. I might address it in my next video. See you!